NTA, Channel 12, Uyo. Your dependable station.
Association of Heads of Federal Establishments seeks stronger collaboration with Central Bank of Nigeria, Uyo branch. Residents of Eyusoyo in Urefongoruko reject plans to site military barracks in their area. Akwa Ibom State Director, NOA, urges everyone to embrace long-lasting insecticidal nets in fight against malaria. Hello, welcome to NTA Uyo News. My name is Dianime Okohu. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Do all to follow us on these platforms so we can engage properly. The Association of Heads of Federal Establishments has paid a courtesy visit to the Central Bank of Nigeria, Uyo branch, as part of efforts to strengthen interagency collaboration and foster effective service delivery within the public sector. Obiota Ekanem completes the story.
Leading the delegation, the chairman of the Association of Federal Heads of Establishments, Mrs. Uduage Fiongesien, says the visit is aimed at formally introducing the association to the new management of the bank, while also building a cordial working relationship with the institution. Mrs. Essien appreciates the Central Bank of Nigeria for its critical role in safeguarding the nation's monetary policies and maintaining financial stability, noting that such efforts contribute significantly to national development. She also highlighted the need for strategic collaboration between the Association of Federal Heads of Establishments and the Apex Bank, particularly in view of the forthcoming Civil Service Week celebration, where both institutions can partner for greater impact. In her response, the branch controller, Central Bank of Nigeria, Uyo branch, Mrs. Njideka Nwabuku, commends the association for the visit and pledged the bank's commitment to strengthening interagency relations across the civil service. Mrs. Nwabuku assures the delegation of the Central Bank of Nigeria's readiness to support the Association of Federal Heads of Establishments, especially in activities related to the upcoming Civil Service Week, noting that collaboration among institutions is essential for national progress. The courtesy visit ended on a note of mutual understanding and commitment to building sustainable partnerships that will benefit both organizations and the wider society. From Uyo, Obiota Ekanem, NTA News.
Residents of Eyusoyo village in Eyuloro, Urefongoruko local government area of Akwa Ibom State, have strongly rejected plans to site an army barracks within their community. At a press conference held on Tuesday, May 5, 2026, the people described the move as unjust, forceful, and a threat to their survival. Kelvin Samuel reports.
In what can be described as a passionate and united outcry, the people of Eyusoyo village have risen in firm resistance against what they call the forceful acquisition of their ancestral land for the construction of a military barracks. Addressing journalists, community leader, youth, women, and stakeholders expressed deep concern over what they describe as a complete lack of consultation and disregard to due process.
To categorically condemn, reject, and resist the forceful and unjust attempt to impose an army barracks within our ancestral land.
What we are seeing is a total nightmare to us. And this other section of the Eyusoyo, like you see these women, 99% of these women that are crying, they are widows. And 99% of these youth that you are saying, they are orphans, land that they use for livelihood, for survival.
There is no form of crisis in this village. It is very peaceful. There is no point bringing a military barracks here. Beyond concerns of displacement, the people also raised fears over the social and environmental impact of situating a military facility within a small rural settlement. They warned of possible disruption to their peaceful way of life, increased pressure on limited resources, and potential breakdown of community cohesion.
We are confronted with a proposal that defies logic, justice, and humility. The siting of a full-scale army barrack within this already constrained community is not governance.
Even in the Land Use Act that says land belongs to government, there is always a clause, there is always a room whereby when a project is taken to a place, you have to conduct environmental impact assessments.
Governor Minor should come to our head. We cannot afford to lose our only means of livelihood.
This land is our only means of livelihood. It is the only place we can farm. We don't know what to do if the government takes this land from us.
Governor Minor should please come to our aid and restore this piece of land to us, as farming is the only thing we do in this village.
The people of Eyusoyo maintain that they are not opposed to development or national security, but insist that such initiatives favor and dignity. They are therefore calling for the immediate suspension of the project, full disclosure of the decision-making process, and inclusive consultation with affected communities. They also urge the Akwa Ibom State government, the Federal Ministry of Defense, the National Assembly, and civil society organizations to intervene. The people say they remain united and committed to lawful resistance until their voices are heard. Eyusoyo is a serene community in a Rofonuruko local government area of Akwa Ibom State with no record of crisis. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Away from that, ahead of the upcoming statewide distribution of long-lasting insecticidal nets, the state's director, National Orientation Agency, NOA, Akwa Ibom State Directorate, Mr. Nkpoutum, has embarked on a robust sensitization campaign to educate Akwa Ibom citizens on the critical importance of using the nets to prevent malaria. Speaking at an interactive session with community leaders and residents in Uyo, Mr. Nkpoutum emphasized that the use of long-lasting insecticidal nets remains one of the most effective and affordable strategies to combat malaria, a disease that continues to pose significant public health challenge in the state. He states that malaria is preventable and the use of long-lasting insecticidal nets is a proven method to protect farmers. He warned against misuse of the nets for fishing, fencing, or other purposes, noting that such actions defeat the purpose of the distribution program. Mr. Nkpoutum also called on traditional rulers, religious leaders, and youth groups to join hands with the NOA in spreading the message of prevention. And to neighboring Cross River states, where the government is calling for calm, pledging to cover the medical bills of students injured in the recent fatal auto crash involving students of University of Cross River State, UNICROSS. Deputy Governor Peter Ode gave the assurance while addressing protesters at the government house. Justina Etim reports that the students had demonstrated over allegations that victims of the auto crash were neglected at the General Hospital, Calabar.
Students of the University of Cross River State staged a protest in Calabar, expressing their grievance over the death of 3 students and a staff member in a fatal road crash on the Calabar-Itu Highway. At the General Hospital Calabar, some facilities of the hospital were vandalized as protesters alleged that victims of the accidents rushed to the facility were neglected and denied emergency care.
We lost most of our comrades. We lost 3 of them who were actually coming back from Akwa Ibom State, just where they went and played a friendly match between the University of Akwa Ibom State and University of Cross River State.
If there was good road, I think that accident wouldn't have happened.
After leaving the hospital, the protesters marched to Government House, where they formally presented their demands.
We want the company of the truck to have an interface with the deceased family, one-on-one. And we seek that the state government should rehabilitate the General Hospital of Cross River State because it's for everybody. We also seek the presence of the federal government of Nigeria on the Calabar Road.
Responding, the Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Peter Ode, clarified that the General Hospital was overwhelmed but not ill-equipped, assuring victims of government's concern and support.
So we are going to look into this demand that you have said. As for the truck driver, if he's not in police custody now, I want to know why. Because we ordered that he should be arrested on that day. And my orderly told me that he was taken. Government will want to know why he did that. Government will truly want to know if he's even licensed to drive on our road. As for the Calabar road, we have intervened on that route several times. We've had to intervene in that route as government to ensure that we make it, motorable.
While peaceful protest is a right, government reiterates that dialogue and facts must guide the path forward as the state mourns the loss of the students and a staff member. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
You're watching the news on NTA Channel 12. We will take a quick commercial break. More stories when we return. Please stay.
A new dawn of unprecedented development has emerged in Akwa Ibom, driven by the Arise agenda and led by the people-centered administration of Governor Umoeno. An agricultural revolution has unfolded through Ibom model farms, farmer support initiatives, and food security programs. Roads and bridges are reconnecting communities, driving inclusive growth as power sector reforms advance and CNG mass transit gets set to deliver cleaner, affordable transportation. Maritime infrastructure is rising in Oron, reviving coastal commerce and transportation. Security is strengthened through modern technology, vigilant security agencies, and the Ibom Community Watch. Housing and investment are accelerating with free housing for workers and homes for the vulnerable, and landmark estates repositioning the state. Education is redefined with model schools, while healthcare expands with model centers, and the 350-bed Ibom International Hospital health insurance coverage is progressing steadily with hundreds of thousands of enrollees. Tourism is advancing boldly with the audacious Arise Palm Resort, Ibom Convention Center, Arise Shopping City, and a growing aviation ecosystem. Governance, procurement, and recruitment are smarter through digital innovation. Because the people matter, workers, women, youths, retirees, the elderly, and the vulnerable are empowered across all 31 local government areas. Akwa Ibom, steadily progressing under the Arise agenda of Governor Umoeno.
The solution to your building and construction works is Regan Stones, dealer in chippings, hardcore, iron rods, cement, sharp sand, and blocks of all kinds. At Regan Stones, integrity is our watchword. We are equipped to deliver to you regardless of the quantity you desire. We scale every product with our weighing bridge so you can be rest assured of the exact quantity of products you buy from us. Our dedicated and committed staff, coupled with efficient automated vibrating machine, guarantee our unfailing delivery always. We have top-notch customer care services to attend to you in minutes. Locate us at Regan Stones, Goswell Akpabio Crescent, Shelter Afraid, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Our office line 0916-641-1972. Regan Stones, reliable and trusted. Regan Stones, quality beyond imagination.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. The recurring murder of Nigerian citizens in xenophobic attacks in South Africa has attracted attention from members of the Nigerian Senate as they collectively demand justice for the victims. The Senate made this known on Tuesday during commencement of plenary, where members condemned the action and called for investigation to find, prosecute, and punish perpetrators.
Must revoke the license of MTN, revoke the license of DSTV as an indication of our seriousness. Those people who have died, their life is much more than foreign investment.
To review the resolution of the 2019 meeting, which we all embarked to South Africa, because their president was here to beg. We also went to South Africa and there was very serious resolutions taken. It's the same president that is there. Let's review that and also see what actions have been taken.
Please, I don't mind if the Senate president has to lead. I don't mind if the Senate president has to lead. The lives of Nigerians are very, very important and crucial. And that is why we are here. We are here to protect the lives, the welfare, and the properties of Nigerians. This is just not acceptable. This is barbaric. This is crude. This is unheard of. This is Stone Age behavior. And we are not seeing action from the government of South Africa.
The Senate also resolved to explore parliamentary diplomacy by setting up an ad hoc committee headed by the chairman of Nigeria's National Assembly to engage the South African counterparts toward resolving the matter. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, in a motion also demanded accountability over the killing of 28-year-old Mene Ogidi in Delta State, insisting that the steps taken by the police must lead to conclusive justice. It's still the news on NTA Channel 12. We will take another commercial break. More stories when we return. Please stay with us.
Welcoming you warmly to Dreamville Hotel and Resort Limited, a serene environment with cozy rooms for your maximum relaxation, and an exquisite lounge with home-calling music is here for you at all time. Let your dream come to reality at Dreamville Hotel and Resort. We offer accommodation, bar and lounge, mouth-watering delicacy, laundry services, 24-hour power supply, free Wi-Fi, protection from highly trained security personnel. For your room's rate and reservation, call us on 0810-233-6314 or 0708-231-9185. Dreamville Hotel and Resort is located at number 4 Old Ring Road, Usei Karibio by Pepsi Junction, Alpha Back Road, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Dreamville Hotel and Resort, your comfort reality, our priority.
Up next, it's sport updates as we join Austin Domodu for the latest in the world of sports.
We begin with the Nigeria's Under-20 Women's National Team, the Falconets, as they arrive Malawi in preparation for the second leg qualifiers against Malawi for the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The Falconets head into Saturday's return fixture with a 2-0 advantage. The aggregate winners over the two matches will secure qualification for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup to be hosted by Poland later this year. Meanwhile, Malawi coach Maggie Chombo remains optimistic that with better preparation and fewer mistakes, Malawi can improve in the second leg. In the meantime, the Nigerian Premier League side, Warri Wolves, have been sanctioned by the league body for breaching the NPFL framework and rules during their matchday 36 clash against Plateau United on Sunday. As part of the sanctions, Warri Wolves were fined €2 million for failing to provide adequate security. The club was also handed a €1 million fine for the unsporting behavior of its supporters, while an additional $3 million was imposed for misconduct directed at match officials. Now to the UEFA Champions League action, as Arsenal are on course for the Champions League title after beating Atletico Madrid 2-1 on aggregate to qualify for the final for the first time since 2006. Meanwhile, Mikel Arteta's side will be waiting for the outcome of tonight's encounter between PSG and Bayern Munich to know their opponents in the final in Budapest. Defending champions PSG go into the tie with 5-4 victory in the first leg. Finally, Emma Raducanu has been forced to withdraw from the Italian Open, marking the latest setback in a season already disrupted by problems. The British #1 was scheduled to begin her tournament later this week against either Solana Sierra or a qualifier, with a potential third-round meeting against Coco Gauff in Rome. However, she has pulled out due to a post-viral illness. With Sports Update, I'm Austin Edemodu, NTA News.
With that story from the world of sports, it's a wrap on the English segment of the news. But before we go, a recap of our major stories. Association of Federal Heads of Establishments are seeking stronger collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria, Uyo branch. Residents of Eyusoyo in Urefongoruko have rejected plans to site military barracks in their area. You also heard in the news that Akwa Ibom State Director NOA is urging everyone to embrace long-lasting insecticidal nets used in the fight against malaria.
Kembong Fen Mbon Nkarion Kente Association of Federal Heads of Establishments Ema Eka Ufo Utumedion Kente Central Bank of Nigeria Kuyo Baike Sena Pediana Ke Kutum Mbon Idon Kente Eyusoyo Ke Urefon Ruko Eboke Memo Yameke no even Barekon Edibok Kirong Memo. And this same comba utum Gufo Utum Noake Akwa Ibom State Abo Yambono Edumukeme Adina Ke Irebon back udon utoyin ukangin mi ko ngoyang mero Charity James ay komboksi ni nom mboni dong ari yon kente Eyusoyo ke eyulo oro kenkam urefon uru ko itanken songu yebo ke mi mo nyemme ke no even barge kon eri bokke irong mi mo moy ke tanga mi ke mbono moy ke ni re yemme o kombok ke katu te ke do fion sen tion ke afion sakesene mi uforito akana yombo.
Mbone Eyusoyo ke Urefongoruko ema ida keda etanke sat ke die ke nsongo yo ebo ke mimo yimme ke ya eben barak se kon edi bob kidong mimo mmo ema itange no mo kombok ebo ke ikpam mimo idem na ekbe yem ndi benu tom kpo mi ndi bob kidong mimo ado obidi kate mimo ina ma mimo idiongo inyong isanga ke nenne nusong Mbone Eyusoyo ema edi ando ebo ke idogo ntem mimo Imagan tim bo yu furu ado ke mimo ye medi fana mimo wem ke tongirong mimo yak mimo iba ke mim ammo e mai kodukara Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Defense yu fokum bedi dud nyen ebo yagadi nyanga mimo bagn fana bigido idi mi ke Urefongoruko ufuru etuk akombok NTA
Director of National Orientation Agency no Agestenian ete mkpoutum ama benisang ntaranyen ke abanga ke ufona dina ke yirebon ba udong toyen adok itong yemme inu ke stenian idanye ke nege neme yemme mbong uyo ete mkpoutum no rion ke adina ke yirebon oru som ke akwana udong toyen asege afana tawak mbong stenian yeke idan Nigeria yete ke keme adipan udonga mi bien ke adina ki yirebon asenwa iyakan nombono wu keni udong to yen pan ni bani do ento yen yeso arian do bo yang bono wu etem kan ko mo e ku yang nom ko yo mo ngada ken kan ko mo ku amana tang yang bono wu e ku ben yirebon mo e kai ke ko yak me ariben ke apak atang mo ko ni ma tang yang bono awu the member ikorom miwa area mubok bagato rekanisiu urang toi yang ke state ye dire Nigeria ukang ni tente ni ba atre